Hi everybody, TJ Mac Vintage Cards here, and today I'm going to do a few shout outs for channels I enjoy, and also going to show off 2 hockey, 2 baseball, and 2 football cards. So I'm just going to get right into it. The first one shout out I want to do is David M. And how I'm going to do this, I'm going to put in the comments below a video that I enjoy of each channel that I'm shouting out today that really kind of signifies the type of collector they are or person they are, and just one that a video that really just stood out for me that I've watched of theirs. And then that way, if you want to, you can click on it and watch that video and just kind of get more insights into that person as a collector, or just enjoy the cool cards that they're showing off. So the first is David M. Very appreciative of David. He is a great guy in this community. He's always commenting on other people's videos, gives thoughtful, insightful comments. Just a really overall outstanding contributor. And I see the care packages he sends to people, and just a lot of joy that he brings to others in this community. So I just want to recognize David first of all. And my favorite video of his is he did one a while back, maybe 5-6 months ago, or even a little longer, on his tobacco card Cubs collection, depicting players from the 1908 World Series team. I believe it was their starting lineup and their rotation, and it is a gorgeous collection of tobacco cards from that era. But what I like most about it is that those are cards that really mean a lot to David, and you can tell just because he is a true Chicago Cubs fan, and these are cards that just connect him with that past team, and I can just tell that he really enjoys having them in his collection. In the video, he talks about them. He puts them on just beautiful little card stands, just depicting, each card, so you can kind of see the overall image of the team comprised together, which I really enjoy very much about his video. So if you could just check that one out, I would appreciate it, and just want to lift David up. The second channel that I want to bring up is Topps Vintage 316, Brian's channel. And Brian, he is really a stand-up guy, a person of faith, just a good Christian. And what I really like, my favorite video of his, are 2 videos I'm going to link just because they show 2 different sides of him that I enjoy. The first was his mission trip to El Salvador in February. He shared that with the community, and it's not because Brian's the kind of guy that brags about the things he does. I can just tell by how he comes across through his videos that he's just a person of depth and character. And for somebody to go and help less fortunate people and spread the good deeds of the Lord is just an impressive thing for me. And I just want to recognize Brian for that and share that video. The other thing is he got into collecting in 2018. He used the slogan, "Collect like you're a kid." He completed a 71 Topps set that he connected with as a child, and he also, one of his early videos, showed off a lot of baseball, football, and basketball cards that he had when he was a kid. So I'm going to put a link to his 71 Topps set video, because that was a labor of love for him that I could tell when he was putting it together. He had a lot of people from the community send cards to him as well and things like that. So it was just a really meaningful journey for him when he put that set together, and I just want to share that one as well. So I'm real honored to have both David and Brian subscribe to my channel and making comments on my videos, and I always appreciate that. And then the third channel is Vintage Card Steve. He was one of the early subscribers to my channel, and we just kind of hit it off right away. We both love vintage cards. We got vintage in our names on our channels. And he rebooted his channel, I believe, in October of 2020. And my favorite video of his is actually the first one, when he got his reboot together, because he has a 56 Topps mantle in there, as well as a 58 mantle in the backdrop. I think there's Johnny Mize in it. I know there's a cool 59 Topps Bob Gibson rookie, as well as a Topps Finest Mike Trout. And that's kind of, that video is my favorite of the types of videos he does, where he just shows off cards from the different decades that he puts together. But he also does really great commentary videos where he shouts out channels as well that I enjoy, and he does player profiles. So check Steve's video out that I selected, if you would, because that's one that really, like I said, captures his love of baseball and the history of baseball and just those connections that he has that make this hobby so great. So I want to shout out Steve as well, and I'm also honored to have him part of my channel, and really do appreciate his comments. So those are 3 that I'm going to highlight for today. Now let's go ahead and jump into some of the cards. So the first is this 51 Bowman. This one I've had for a little while, and I really am a fan of Johnny Mize because I'm a Yankees fan, number one, but Johnny Mize is one of those guys that really helped contribute to those early 50s Yankees World Series teams. They brought him in more so as a part-time player towards the end of his career to contribute, but in his day when he was with the Giants, and I believe he was with the Cardinals too, he was a 300 hitter for his career, and also a power hitter. He had over 50 home runs and had over 300 home runs in his career. So he really was one of those guys that can both hit for average and also hit for power. And just a player that I'm real happy to have in my collection, and this 51 Bowman is just a beautiful depiction of him. I like the image. Really captures his personality, I think, real well in the photo. I like the Yankees hat, just how clear the registration is on this card with the background sky. You can see the top of the stadium seating there with the flag, and then you have the beginnings of the New York Yankee logo. And what's really cool too is that you can even see the folds in the jersey depicted in the image there. Just a really nice looking card that captures a great player from the 40s and the 50s. So really, like I said, enjoy having this card on display in my card room. And then the next one is this 84 Donruss. I'm working on trying to complete the 30 key cards from this set, and was happy to add this Henderson. I only need one more card to get all the way there. And I think it's just a piece of fuzz or something on the ball, or on the card. So just move that off. And then here's just the image itself here. 84 Donruss was one of those sets that I really liked a lot as a kid. I didn't have a lot of those cards because they're really expensive. I didn't have a big card budget. So this is one that I only mainly collect the Bowman and Topps vintage cards, but I wanted to put this set together because there are a couple Donruss sets that mean a lot to me just in my collecting journey. And this is one of them because this is one that I never thought I would get any cards from, and real happy to get this key card set assembled, and I can get it on display in my card room as I rotate my different displays in and out. So glad to add this Henderson. Not going to talk too much about him. We know that he's, at least in my view, the greatest leadoff hitter ever, and just a super exciting player to watch. So glad to add this one. And then moving on here, we got Rod Gilbert. I just profiled the 72 Topps 18 key cards, and I've since added this one. I'm trying to fill some holes, as I said in the past, with some Hall of Famers and superstars in hockey that I don't have. And here's a nice Mint 9 Rod Gilbert. Got this one very inexpensively a few weeks ago through eBay, and was real happy to get it because it's just a great depiction of him in his blue Rangers uniform. He scored over 400 goals in his career. He's the all-time goal-scoring leader for the Rangers. He's the leader in games played and as well as total points with 1,021 points. So somebody I wanted to really add. I didn't have any of his cards in my hockey collection. So this was one that I thought was just a great depiction of him as a player. I like the pose. As I've said many times, I like the old equipment. And by the 70s, they started getting the matching colors on the equipment, which is kind of neat. You can see his gloves match his uniform. So again, great image, and happy to have it. Next up is this WHA Gordie Howe. This one I've had for a little while. I have all his cards from when he played with the WHA, his regular issued cards, and I really enjoy that era in hockey when the WHA was around. The uniforms are really cool. This is the Houston Aeros. He came out of retirement from the Red Wings to join his sons in the WHA. They made a movie about it. Not a real high budget movie, but my son and I watched it and we really enjoyed it. Gordie Howe is, just a highly respected person throughout hockey, and I thought he was depicted really well in the movie. So that was one that we just wanted to watch and enjoy. So that's the WHA Gordie Howe. And then next is this Lyle Alzado. I showed his rookie card a couple weeks back, and then picker Jim S. Had brought up to me that he didn't remember Alzado or the Broncos wearing the blue and white uniforms, and I looked it up, and Jim was right. They never wore blue and white, and actually after researching it further, this is his college All-Stars uniform, not a Broncos uniform. I know they wore brown and yellow when they were in the AFL, but they never wore blue and white, so I wanted to thank Jim S. for bringing that up. And it's fun researching these things and trying to get some of the stories behind these cards. But I wanted to get this orange jersey Lyle Alzado because this is really how I remember the Broncos from that era. And he was just one of those great players on those good Broncos defensive teams, the Orange Crush of the 70s. And I've said before, my favorite Super Bowl highlight film is the Cowboys-Broncos one from the 77 season when the Cowboys beat the Broncos in the Super Bowl. And this is really how I remember Alzado being depicted. And then 79 is one of my favorite sets with the real cool AFC All-Pro football in the corner. So just one I really wanted to add, a card that really connects me to my love of football from that era. And then last is this Billy Houghton rookie. In the 52 Bowman set, they depicted a lot of the rookies in their college uniforms with their college stated below the name. He was on the Green Bay Packers in 52 when he was drafted, and he, for many years until Randy Moss broke his record, had the receiving yards record for a rookie. And then he also had the touchdowns record for a rookie with 13 until Gale Sayers broke it, I believe in 1965. So that was one that he's a player that really should be in the Hall of Fame. He was a 2-time All-Pro, 4-time Pro Bowler, led the NFL in yards in 52 and 56 as a receiver. When he retired, he was the all-time leading receiver in receptions and yards in 1963. He broke Don Hudson's record. Unfortunately, he didn't hold it very long. Raymond Berry broke his receptions record, I think, in 1964 or 5, and then the receiving yards record in 1967. So he didn't hold those records very long, but he does not get really any Hall of Fame consideration, and I really think it's a shame. Part of the problem is he played for some terrible Packers teams before their heyday. They only won 26 games when he was on the team and lost over 50. Lombardi traded him when he took over because he didn't think he was that good a blocker. So he finished his career with the Browns and the Cowboys. So that's Billy Houghton. And I'm working on the 18 key cards from this set, so that's one of the ones I wanted to pick up. Because even though he's not a Hall of Famer, he is really a fabulous player from that era. And one last look at the cards, and everybody have a great day.